You're not lazy, you're addicted, and deep down, you already know that. You wake up with plans. You tell yourself today will be different. You'll work, you'll focus, you'll finally move your life forward. But then it starts. You check your phone, just for a second. One scroll turns into 10, 10 turns into an hour, and before you even realize it, your energy is gone, your focus is gone, your intent is gone. Then comes the urge. You don't fight it, you don't even question it anymore. You just give in, again, and after it's over, you sit there, not proud, not satisfied, just empty. And there's a thought that hits you every single time. Why the hell can't I control myself? You tell yourself it's laziness. You tell yourself you need more motivation, more discipline, more willpower, but that's not the problem. The problem is much deeper. You've trained your brain to expect constant reward, fast dopamine, easy pleasure, zero effort. So now, the moment something feels difficult, your brain rejects it. Work feels boring, focus feels painful, discipline feels unnatural. Not because you're weak, but because you've made comfort your default. And the biggest leak of all? Lust. You are constantly triggering the strongest drive inside your body and releasing it instantly. No effort, no resistance, no buildup, just a quick hit of pleasure. That disappears in minutes, but something else disappears with it. Your drive, your hunger, your edge, because that energy was never meant to be wasted like this. It was meant to push you forward, to make you build, to make you become something. But instead, you're dissolving it, day after day, and now you're stuck in this cycle. You want more, but you don't move. You start, but you don't finish. You try, but you fall back. And it's not because you lack potential, it's because you're leaking power every single day. And until you see that clearly, nothing changes. You think this is happening by accident? You think you just randomly became distracted, weak, inconsistent? No, this was built, designed, engineered. Look at your day. From the moment you wake up, your attention is under attack. Your phone is already waiting. Notifications, messages, content designed to pull you in. And you don't even question it anymore. You just open it, scroll, consume, repeat. Now here's what you don't understand. This isn't just wasting your time. It's rewiring your brain. Every time you switch from one thing to another, every time you go from focus to distraction, you are training your mind to lose depth, to lose patience, to lose control. And the worst part? Lust sits at the center of it because nothing hits your brain harder than that. Nothing. It's the strongest biological trigger you have. And now, it's unlimited, accessible in seconds, no effort, no resistance, no cost. At least, that's what you think. But there is a cost, a massive one. Every time you give in, your brain gets what it wants instantly. No chase, no build-up, no work. So your mind starts adapting. It lowers your tolerance for effort. It starts rejecting anything that doesn't feel immediately rewarding. That's why you can't sit and work for long. That's why you start something and lose focus. That's why your motivation comes in waves. It's not random, it's conditioning. You've trained yourself to live on spikes. Fast dopamine, quick pleasure, instant escape. So when real life shows up, slow progress, delayed results, hard work, your brain checks out because it doesn't feel good fast enough. Now compare that to a man who controls this. He doesn't chase every urge. He doesn't react to every impulse. He doesn't flood his brain with constant stimulation. So what happens? His baseline changes. He can sit longer, focus deeper, work without needing constant reward. That's where power starts. Not motivation, not hype, control. Because the man who can sit in silence, the man who can work without distraction, the man who doesn't need constant stimulation becomes dangerous. And you can feel this difference. You've had those days where you were locked in, focused, clear, moving with purpose, and you've had the opposite. Days where you couldn't even control your own mind, jumping from one thing to another, wasting hours, feeling drained without doing anything. That gap? That's not discipline, that's control over your impulses. And right now, you don't have it, but now you see it. Now you understand what's actually happening. This isn't laziness, this isn't lack of potential. This is a war for your attention, a war for your energy, a war for your future. And if you keep losing this war, you don't just lose time, you lose who you could have become. And the worst part, you already know what the right move is. You just haven't made it yet. Now let's be honest. You already know what you need to do. No one needs to explain it to you. No one needs to motivate you. Because every time you lose control, you feel it. That moment after, that silence, that frustration, that voice in your head that says, "This is not who I'm supposed to be." And that's the truth you've been avoiding. You're not confused. You're not lost. You're just not in control. And the scariest part? Time doesn't wait for you to figure it out. While you sit there, scrolling, consuming, giving in, your life is still moving. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And one day you wake up and realize nothing changed. But you did, just not in the direction you wanted. Now think about something real, not motivation, not hype, real. Think about your parents, the people who gave everything so you could have a chance, their time, their energy, their life. They didn't do all that so you could sit here, wasting yourself. Think about the younger version of you, the kid who believed he was going to become something, strong, respected, dangerous. He didn't imagine this version of you, distracted, undisciplined, out of control, and one day you're going to become the older version of yourself, and he's going to look back at you right now, this exact moment, and he's going to ask one question: why didn't you fix it when you knew? Because this is the moment, not tomorrow, not next week, now. You don't need more information. You don't need another video. You don't need motivation. You need control. Control over your time, control over your attention, control over your impulses. Because the moment a man gains control over himself, everything changes. His mind becomes quiet, his focus becomes sharp, his energy stops leaking, and the same man who couldn't sit still becomes the man who builds. The same man who kept losing control becomes the man who commands respect. The same man who felt weak becomes the man others can feel when he walks into a room. That version of you is not far away. It's not a different life. It's not a different reality. It's one decision repeated daily, control or chaos. And every single day, you choose. So choose carefully, because the man you become is being decided right now. You've heard everything now. You know exactly what's happening to you. You know where your time is going. You know where your energy is going. You know why you feel stuck. So now there's only one thing left, a decision. Because at this point, if nothing changes, that's on you. No more excuses, not about your environment, not about your past, not about your circumstances, because there are men out there right now, with less than you, doing more than you, and the only difference, they decided to take control. Not when they felt like it, not when motivation came, not when life got easier. They decided when it was hard. That's what separates men, not talent, not luck, standards. The standard you're willing to hold yourself to, when no one is watching, when it's uncomfortable, when every part of you wants to escape. That's where you either build yourself or you lose yourself. Because make no mistake, this is not small. This is not just habits. This is not just one bad day. This is your life. And right now, you are either becoming a man who controls himself or a man who is controlled. There is no middle. Every time you resist, you build power. Every time you give in, you lose it. And it adds up, day by day, choice by choice, until one man becomes sharp, focused, disciplined, respected, and the other becomes average, distracted, replaceable. So ask yourself one question, not what you want, not what you feel. Who are you becoming? Because that answer is being written right now, not in your thoughts, not in your plans, in your actions. So the next time the urge hits, the next time you feel like escaping, the next time you want to take the easy way out, remember this moment and decide, control or regret.